Hi everyone, Sabia here for Communi-Tea Thursdays for Asmara Bellydance Initiative. Super excited. We are going to have, and she's here. We are going to have our founder of Brown Girl Belly Dance joining us. Once she gets on, we'll get started.
Sabia!
Hey! How are you?
How are you?
Good.
I'm good. I hope you are.
I'm so excited we got to do this. We just to let everybody know, I just reached out and Cherrá has been so accommodating and just to want to do this week. So we're really excited to have you.
Thank you so much for asking. I appreciate it.
Of course. So I did a little digging because I wanted to try to introduce you. Hi, Hasna. Hasna's on with us. So I know that we're going to do some interview questions around Brown Girl Belly Dance, around your personal dance journey, but I just wanted to let everyone know that Brown Girl Belly Dance has already been a force on Facebook. And Instagram. You were here. Well, for us, you were here before us, and a part of what fed our inspiration was seeing your post. So Brown Girl Belly Dance has been around and highlighting and creating community for brown belly dancers. And now you have some amazing things coming up that we're going to talk about tonight that are coming out, I think, December 1st.
Yes. Website launches December 1st.
Yes. So we could just jump right in and start talking about everything. So what experiences inspired you as a dancer to create Brown Girl Belly Dance?
I have to say I was spoiled as a belly dancer growing up, especially a brown girl. I was introduced to belly dance by a brown girl dancer, my friend Gina Tate, who owned a dance studio for little girls and wanted to throw some adult classes in there, and found a belly dancer that was a brown girl belly dancer, the Y, and brought her in her studio. And her name is Diane Daliana Simons out of Greensboro, North Carolina. And she ended up getting her own studio and creating Troupe Bellissima from a community of women who was very diverse. So we had brown girls, black girls, white girls, red girl. It was so diverse. The youngest one we had was my daughter at the time, who was 5, belly dancing, and the oldest one was 60 plus. So I was very spoiled, but I was very aware that this was unusual. But I had such a supportive environment. I had such great examples of brown girls that when I got out here in the real belly dance world, I realized this is not the case. This is not the case. And then started hearing stories of other dancers that look like us going into places and spaces and not feeling comfortable and not feeling welcomed. And fast forward, I stayed in North Carolina about 7 or 8 years. I come to DC again, still very much an environment. I danced at Sahara Dance, was super fortunate to be able to take class under Ebony Qualls, which who gets that? Nobody gets that, except in COVID times now, unless you're going to a workshop or something. And again, had an example and had a brown girl, like one of the ultimate brown girls, teaching me once a week, every day in class. And all of a sudden I hear these stories of other girls going into places and spaces where they're not comfortable, or the first thing you do when you get in class is look for somebody that looks like you. Right. I wanted to make sure that any dancer that I came in contact with that looked like me had always experienced spaces like that. The only way we can do that is by connecting with each other. That's it. We have to connect with each other. We have to talk. We have to tell about these classes that we've taken. We have to tell these awesome teachers that we know about. And, I'm sure we'll talk about this a little later. Fortunately or unfortunately, with the COVID situation, now all of a sudden we can connect to each other. Oh no, it's too much. It's too much low hanging fruit there for us not to work together to make sure people that love what we do dance, whether it's Manat dances, whether it's traditional, rock sharkey, whether it's fusion, whatever it is that we do, that we lump into this group that we call dance, that we experience each other. So that's where we came up with it. I had too many great experiences, and I wanted other people to have that as well.
That's amazing. And I mean, it's such a treat that like you got to come into your dance journey surrounded by people who looked like you and supported you even if they didn't. And I think it's beautiful that you're paying that forward.
Yeah.
So tell us about what's coming up with Brown Girl Belly Dance and like what's been going on.
We're so excited. So the website launches December the 1st. The goal of the website is to make sure not only that we are connected, but that also brown girls are celebrated. We show their creative spaces. We show how fabulous that they are, because despite our, what I call our superstars of belly dance in our brown girl world, we have so many dancers that are fabulous that you have never heard.
Oh my God.
And I, you know, there's a lot of dancers that I'll get other brown girls be like, well, no, you know about X, Y, Z. I'm like, no, I don't know. And they look at me like, are you serious? And I'll say, well, you know about this person. They're like, no. So we really want to create a space where brown girl dancers and minority dancers are featured. We want to know about the classes you're teaching. We want to know about the classes that you're taking. We want to know about the performances. We want to know about other things that support belly dance, whether like Catrice is in the middle of starting a costume. Who knew that she's starting a costume website where you can buy costumes?
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. So we want to
And I didn't know that.
Yeah. She just kind of posted it on her Instagram the other day and was like, it's coming soon. It was a blip. And I'm like, wait, go back. So we want to talk about those things. We want to talk about the workshops. If we ever get back in some sort of person, what workshops are you going to and all that? So we want to make sure that people are celebrated. We want to stay connected. We want to show what everybody is doing so you have places to go.
I mean, and it's something we don't have, like what you're putting together, like that network. We don't have that. I think we've all kind of tried to like by word of mouth do it, but to have an actual resource where you can actually go and like see and connect with people and discover people you would have never connected with is incredible. Right. Like that. Yeah, I'm excited.
And the unfortunate or the fortunate thing about COVID is now we can do it. The fortunate thing is now you have access to people you didn't have access to. The unfortunate part is so many people out here. How do you keep it organized? How do you know where to go? How do you know this person not forget that, because now they don't come on your feed? So we want to make sure it's kind of all one central place so you can go pick and choose and see and do and dance and costume and all that good stuff.
That's amazing. And I know we kind of already have gone over like what inspired you to put this together, but even just in your personal dance journey, like how do you foster community? Because you did speak to us being in a lot of pockets, and we are like we find our tribes and we kind of just stick
and
there.
You find your tribe and you get comfortable and you love them, love on them, and it doesn't have to be brown girls, it can be any female or male in this case too, where you find your tribe and you stick. And I think for a long time I did that. I found my tribe. I didn't want to dance with anybody else. It was my family. And now when I was forced to move out of that comfort zone, I found new tribes and new avenues. So right now, what inspires me are other dancers and seeing this variety that we're seeing come across our timeline and that are asking us about the website or that we're hearing about through other people. So many good dancers out there, so many different perspectives on things, so many ways to look at what we call dance, so many twists on it, how we look at it traditionally, how we look at it from the Monoxen standpoint, how we look at it from, colonialism at this point. Donna Mahia is getting ready to do this whole I know I'm going to say this wrong. Transfusion, which is a whole different take on what we're doing in this collective. So right now, other dancers inspire me, other thought processes inspire me, and how people found the dance inspire me, because I love to hear those stories.
Those are great stories. I find myself like, I try not every week to ask dancers that question, but I really want to know. I'm like, how did you get into this?
Yeah, because who knew? Who knew? Like, is a black girl belly dancing? Yeah, that's what we do. So
right.
I love to hear those stories.
Well, I think and I know you've spoken to it a little bit, but like with the pandemic, we've been forced to open our communities up, because it's one thing if you guys like your people you dance with and you travel with and you do your workshops, but once we're all at home, like there's so many shows I've stumbled upon on Facebook or just classes I've seen come up, and I've never seen these dancers of color in my life. I'm like,
Right.
who is this amazing person?
Yeah, I was just in a show this past weekend in a whole genre I don't typically touch. And I told her, I said, this is not kind of my thing. She's like, I don't care. I saw you do something else somewhere else. And in that show, which again were people that typically I don't dance with in that genre, there was Dom Locke. Oh, I'm watching this with my mouth open. Then I realized, oh my gosh, he follows us. Okay, I'm following you now. You know, just like watching her with my mouth open, my head, I like, how do I not know you? The first time I saw on Aphrodisiac, which was the first show drop in pandemic, which blew everybody's mind. And I know, and when I tell this to people, people look at me like I'm stupid, but I'm an East Coast girl, and I was in a bubble for a long time in my little North Carolina world. Pixie Four Tears. The first time I saw her, I was like, I'm like, how do I?
My jaw dropped. My jaw dropped.
Exactly. I'm like, why do I not know this? I've been So that's why we want to exist, because we want people to know Pixie. We want people to know Dom. We want people to know these fabulous dancers that you wouldn't have ever known before, and not even necessarily before pandemic, because we had talked about doing this before pandemic, but pandemic just, you got to go now. Now you got to go.
Right. Well, I mean, it's been an up and down thing. Like the pandemic has brought us some opportunities to look at things differently. When it kind of like brings me right into my next question, with all this stuff going on, how do you stay motivated as a dancer?
It's been hard. I hate Zoom.
Yeah.
You know, the big thing for dance for me, and with both when I was with Trupalissima in North Carolina, and when I'm with Shimmy Pop and Ebony, or when I'm with Rocks East here at Sahara.
I think we lost you for just a few seconds.
Lost it. Okay. You know, being in the classroom with people is where my energy comes from. Looking across the stage and seeing somebody and just giggling, it's my favorite thing to do. And when COVID hit and they start doing Zoom class, I didn't want to, like, I am not doing this anymore. But because I hated it. And part of it was because I don't have the energy of other people around me.
Which is huge.
It's huge. I have a friend I danced with in Greensboro forever who was always on my left, and her name is Genevieve. And I remember the first Sahara show I did, and it's something wacky happened on stage, like really weird. And I came off the stage and I looked for G and she wasn't there, and I cried. I'm like, Jennifer, you know, and you know, so I miss the people. So and when Zoom started, I'm like, this sucks. But then, you know, I'm one that has to dance to stay up. I'm one that has to dance to keep my attitude and my positivity. It's my release. So I had to end up going back to it. But then I find all these new people that with these new styles, and now all of a sudden I'm breathing again, because it doesn't just have to be, you know, Dalian. It just doesn't have to be Ebony. Now it can be Shuddy Racks, or now it can be oh gosh, I just took a class a couple weeks ago. I can't even think. It was somebody I had never. Sienna. It could be a Sienna. So it's,
you talking about in Florida, Sienna?
Yes.
I love her. Yeah. She's
lovely. Know, you can have those people all of a sudden that you didn't have access to before. You just hear about them in passing, or you have to wait for a workshop you got to pay a lot of money to travel to. So that's what's keeping me motivated right now.
That makes sense. I mean, I agree with you. It's kind of been the same for me. You're at home and it's not the environment you want, but the access you have to your dance community, I hope we keep that even after this pandemic.
I do too. I agree. I agree, Sabia. I hope we do too.
Because yes, that's been one of the pros of this. Not many pros.
Yeah.
So I know we've been talking about a lot of like amazing dancers of color, but is there like one dancer like you're like really gunning to train with? Like you've been waiting?
Again, I've been so fortunate in my dance life. You know, one of the great things about Sahara Dance in DC, she brings everybody in. Like
she does.
Oh my God. I've danced with Jelena. I know Sudney's been to the studio. I've danced with Rachel Price. I've Donna Mahay has been there. Like Donna Mahay one night, I think they couldn't get the studio for something, and she did like a midnight class called Club Donna. Oh my God, it was the craziest, funnest thing. And in that class, and at the time I had no clue, was Serena was in that class from New York, and I didn't know who Serena was. All I knew was like, this girl is dancing. I gotta dance with her. Like, how is? And later she comes up to me like, you're such a great dancer. I'm like, I'm trying to die keeping up with you. And then I realize who she is, and I'm like, oh my God, you know. So I've got to take classes with Amar. If there was one, and when I saw this question, I'm like, at this point, I don't know, because I've been fortunate. If I could take classes again with somebody, it would be Amar. And I've taken one split-second class with Jelena, and that was her style just is so much like how I like to dance, with that big energy and those big shimmies and the turns, and so she would probably be. And like I said, I was in that class for a workshop, half of it because I had to leave and I was sick. The other person that I've never taken class with on a tribal level, that I don't even know if she teaches that much anymore, Sharon Kahara. She's awesome. I really like her too. So that's kind of where I am right now, but I'll take whatever I can get at this point.
I'm the same way. I'm like, I'm just going to take your class.
Yeah,
and I'm come back to my life.
Who teaching? I'm coming.
Right. I'm dancing. And thank you everyone for being here. I see so many people come in. Hi, Tanya. We're so happy you're part of this community.
Thank you for being in the community. Thank you. Thank you for wanting to be here.
Oh, Akita's here. I haven't seen her in a long time. That's when I was back in Atlanta. So,
my friend Denise from Winston-Salem is on. We've been friends since we were like in 7th grade. Denise, hi Denise. She don't even belly dance. I try to get her out there. She's like, girl.
We're gonna bring you to the other side.
I know.
You're missing out.
And I think my best friend Anitra Bailey is here too. She don't dance either. I tried 20 times. Hey, Neat.
We all have those friends who cheer us on from the audience, but we cannot get them on the stage.
Hey, Tracy. Tracy's here too. Hey, y'all. My friend Tracy thinks she can belly dance. It's real entertaining to watch.
So I know we've talked about a lot of, I don't want to say uplifting things, but I also kind of want to acknowledge some of the challenges we face as dancers of color in this community. And one, I've had this question I've been wanting to ask, but I didn't know how to word it, and it dawned on me this week. So I was like, we should talk about it.
Okay.
So I'm just going to read it because it's a little long.
Okay.
So I want to talk about hair. Depending on the genre of belly dance, there's an unset expectation of hairstyles. Some appropriate Black and brown cultures, and others alienate Black and brown cultures. So I want to know from you, or what are your thoughts about this, and how have you navigated it as a dancer?
Hair's a challenge for Black girls. A lot of us, not everybody, but a lot of us. So when I first started dancing, I wore my hair relaxed, and it was not long, and all my shows, you can go back to all my pictures, I wore it one way, pulled back, long extended ponytail, because I needed the length to do whatever. Yeah. And actually, I love my Daliana, but she encouraged it. So, and then as a friend of mine, well, my best friend who's on went natural. I'm like, I'm gonna do that. That looks cool. That's basically how that went. And I had a stylist tell me, you with your hair type, you can't. And I'm like, what do you mean I can't? And and so for me being who I am,
you couldn't go natural?
Yeah, I had a stylist tell me, oh yeah, that said, you don't really have a hair type that you want to do that, because I'm a straight 4C. And she's like, I don't know, Cherrá. And this is a stylist I trust. And I'm like, man, you can't tell me what to do. So I went natural, in the middle of dancing a lot. And I will never forget, we had a show. It was a really big deal. And this was a place, I don't even know how the show came about. But anyway, I was in the process of going natural, and I'm still trying to pull my hair back. This 4C hair was like, yeah, right.
And that transitional phase is hard.
It was rough. It was rough. And I wasn't ready to big chop it. But I still had length. And my prop in dance, I don't necessarily like veil. I'm not a great ziller, but sword is my thing. Sword was my prop. It still is to this day. I take a lot of classes with Belladonna, and I got on stage. I had tried to slick all these products in my hair, and in 6.5 years of dancing with sword, I had never dropped it until that night. And my sword fell off my head. I blamed the product. And it was crazy because and I cried. I mean, my whole troop was like, "Are you okay?" Like, they knew how bad that messed me up and affected my confidence on stage, which, you know, my friends will tell me all the time, Cherrá's the most, she could be jacking the whole thing up and you wouldn't tell because she just is confident. Messed my confidence up. And I thought about going back to put a relaxer in my hair. And I had a friend call me and said, are you dumb? Like, what is your problem? And kind of had to talk some sense into me. And I said, well, I needed to dance. And she's like, but you don't. And it took me a couple of days to really realize I am not my hair. And then the other thing that influenced me was we had a girl in our troupe whose name is Lisa. Lisa teaches fitness belly dance classes in Burlington, North Carolina. We went through breast cancer with her. Mm-hmm. And she lost all her hair. And I'll never forget. This is when I'm transitioning, trying to go natural. We did a dance with her on stage where she took her wig off. And we danced to I Am Not My Hair. And in all the pictures, you can see me bawling on the stage. Like, just like everybody else's cheese. I'm like, hey, you know, so I, you know, hair is one of those things where you could use it as a prop. You could use it because of how you are. You can use it to enhance your costume. You can use it because this is how you feel inside. I don't think we should be limited by our hair, but I don't think our hair needs to be a stereotype to do the dances that we do.
Right.
Ebony told a story one time where she straightened her afro and danced at a workshop, and the promoter was mad at her. And I'm like, what? And she's like, yeah, they were mad I didn't show up with my afro. And I'm like, are you serious? She's like, uh-huh. So, you know, I think we get put into these pockets because we are brown Black women on how we should or should not look when we dance. But whatever makes you feel comfortable on that stage is what you should do. Exactly. Even going natural, I would do some protective styles that have length, even then. But the last couple years, I've been doing a lot better about going on the stage bushy and curly and natural. Now, my challenge is I'm a sweaty girl, and that stuff would drop just like that. And I'm like, now I look like this, and I had hair that started like this. But whatever makes you comfortable on stage, whatever makes you feel good, whatever makes you feel beautiful, that's what I think you should do. Because when you don't feel good on stage, you lack your confidence on stage. And nobody wants to watch a dancer that's not confident up there. They're uncomfortable for you. And you want to feel beautiful out there. Do I think we have to lend to the stereotype that we have to have length? No. For what? You whatever makes you feel beautiful at that time, that's what you do.
I agree. And I thank you for answering that. I mean, I know it's a like multifaceted question, but I think it's something that is a very unsaid thing that a lot of like brown people deal with in the dance community of certain hairstyles are okay on certain people, but not, you know,
other people. Right.
Yeah. And it doesn't even come down to something that's very like, it's very abstract and it's very hard to navigate. And I think I think that the way that you put it is so right and so beautiful. It's like you do what works for you.
Yeah.
It's not for other people to dictate. It's your hair.
It is. And I don't think our non-brown and Black counterparts, they don't understand it. They just don't get it. And it's not for them to get, as far as I'm concerned, because it's something they don't have to live with or deal with. But you still be considerate and compassionate of what that dancer is going through, and just understand. I have to wear my hair certain ways just so I don't look crazy when I walk off the stage. I've seen some things for me, I'm like, whoa, that wasn't a good look. So, but again, you do what makes you feel comfortable out there, but never lend to what you feel like the stereo. Because I've heard of dancers saying, well, this promoter wants me to look like this when I come up there. I'm like, is that why they chose you? Because of your hair or because of how you dance? Because
it's a good question.
One doesn't affect the other as far as I'm concerned, but you have to do what makes you feel comfortable, confident, and beautiful on that stage.
Right. No, I agree. I think that, and that goes for hair and beyond it.
Yes,
like we have
absolutely.
to, in our brown skin and whatever comes with that culturally, appearance-wise, we have to own that. We don't have to fit into anybody's box.
Yes, absolutely. I have to say hi to my friend Otelia. Hey, T.
Oh, say hi.
Hi, T.
And I'm so happy so many people have joined us. If you're like new to Asmara Bellydance, we have like similar love, similar mission to Brown Girl Belly Dance, which is why I was like so excited to do this.
I'm so
but we are nonprofit. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm so sorry. I'm so excited for you guys. Sabia, I'm telling you, when I saw the lineup that y'all did on the weekend of the 14th, I like flipped completely out. I
flipped out too. I was excited.
I don't know anybody that put recently, not Zoom. Now we had Aphrodisiac as a show, but to put those type of dancers, those caliber of dancers in brown skin in one workshop, I was so mad. I had to teach that day from like 7 to 4. I was so mad. I'm like, crap, I need to go back. Oh, let's hope they put them on. But that was such a powerhouse lineup. So kudos to you for pulling that together, because I was so hurt. I could not take not one class, not one.
Well, we will definitely have another, but we
will make sure we push it whatever way we can.
Oh, we're gonna continue to work together. I mean, I think like we both want community, and as Mara, I love that like we've all approached this from our own perspectives. Like we're a nonprofit organization, so we're looking to create spaces for dancers. Whether that means like eventually we'll have scholarships that we do. We have workshops we're trying to put on. We try to offer like BIPOC pricing. We're just trying to create accessibility for our community. And then you've got this great resource where you've got a whole website coming out that's going to like connect dancers. And if we continue to work together like this, as Mara, Brown Girl Belly Dance, I know there's the Manat Dance group on Facebook.
Yes.
There's other groups. I think that like the world is at our feet. Like we can come together and do this.
Absolutely.
And it just makes me so excited. Like that now there's two groups that have connected that want the same thing, which makes our community even bigger.
Absolutely. And there can never be enough voices to showcase people. There can never be enough people that give that word of mouth. There can never be enough people that come in and say, hey, I don't know if you've ever heard of this dance, but it's dope. You can take this class. There will never be enough of us to do that, ever.
Right.
And the other thing is that you have to work together. There were a couple times where I'm looking like, gosh, they're doing this too, but nobody's doing the same thing. But regardless if you were, there are never enough voices to say,
right,
I know you can go here to feel safe, to feel comfortable, and to make sure that you have a safe place to dance with somebody that looks like you. Or maybe not. I've got some dope friends that don't look like me and that fully 100% support this. So either way, the voice is needed, the showcase is needed, the platform is needed.
We needed our own table.
Absolutely, yes.
I'm not, and I speak for myself, I'm not interested in sitting at anybody else's table. I want to build my own. And I think that for us to build a table, we all have to bring pieces.
Absolutely.
So it's okay if we both come with nails, because we need all of them.
Absolutely.
And Tanya, I'm so excited. Like, I don't know if you connected with Tanya, but she is in Mexico. I met her through our workshop. She attended, but I'm so happy because I would have never met her. Like, we would not all be here connected.
And I just have to say hi to my friend Toya and Britton. I saw y'all jump on there. So, hey, y'all. Hey, Tanya. We're so glad to have you in the community. Yay.
This has been awesome. So I know it's kind of getting late on the East Coast. I'm in California, so my evening's just starting.
That's sunshine and sun.
Yeah, what time is it? I guess it's
9:15.
9:15.
My sister texted me. She said, "You know you're going on when the Jeezy and who is it? Somebody doing a verse.
Oh, there's a verse.
So I'm getting off, Janelle. I know you're looking. I'm getting off in a minute. Just hang on. You can get back."
Well, we're gonna let people get the verses soon. But yeah, I just wanted to just like one more time, because I really, as people have come in and out, like I really want people to understand what you're doing and how special it is. So like, please let us know like what's coming up with the website. I know you announced it on your page, but now like we'll have it on Asmara's page as well.
Oh, thank you, Asmara. Again, it's Brown Girl Belly Dance. The website launches December the 1st. You can find us at browngirlbellydance.com. We are here to make sure we provide an international platform and network for brown belly dancers and belly dancers of color to be showcased, highlighted, and seen. That way, you know where to go take classes. You know where to put your support. You know when the next workshops are coming up. You know when the next performances are coming up. You know who's selling costumes now. You know who's selling activewear. Anything we can do to make sure the platform is built for dancers and people that support dancers and our little platform of dancing is seen. That's what we're here to do. And for those of you that are watching that dance like Tanya, if you have a story that you want to share, we also have a blog section where we're looking for our community members to send us stories. We have two awesome ones coming out from a friend of mine named Cherrá, who danced in Boston for a really long time. And also from Odara, who is from Belly Dance Resistance out of Brazil. Like, I don't even know how we was fortunate enough to get that one. They've added our first blogs to our blog section. So if you are interested in trying to tell us your story, please, you can DM me through Brown Girl Belly Dance on IG, or you can email me, Cherrá, Cherra, at browngirlbellydance.com. We would love to hear your stories. We would love to put you on our blog section. We have a newsletter coming out, and we want to make sure we are highlighting dancers. We have plenty of people ask me all the time, are you going to teach dance class? And that's not my focus right now. My focus are the ones that are already teaching dance class to make sure that they get seen.
You already got somebody who's going to write you.
Okay. I'm so excited to see that.
I'm so happy like that the blog is coming out. I think like I'm excited about all of it, but for me, the stories, like having those resources, doing these interviews every Thursday has been like selfishly exciting for me because I'm getting to like hear other people's perspectives, but like having people write their stories, your feature you do, or if you have like people's dance clips, like we need that.
Yeah,
we need that access to other dancers.
And also to know that other people are out there feeling whatever way you're feeling at the time.
Right.
Yeah.
We're not alone.
No, we're not alone. Thank you, Anitra and Britton, for telling me it was Gucci. Jeezy and Gucci versus. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
Now we know.
And everybody who's here, we appreciate that you chose us.
Thank you. You can go back to versus in like 2 minutes.
I know that's a classic versus.
It is a classic versus. That's why I remember Jeezy. He's my boy.
Well, I'll go ahead and wrap it up, but I want to thank you so much for making time to do this. We will definitely stay connected as entities so that we can support each other and the community. I don't know a lot of people on here. You had a lot of your people come through, which is amazing. I want to still say, like, I appreciate you all. I know I don't know you, but
please
I'm so happy you're
support
here.
Asmara Dance. They have gotten such a great following as far as putting together powerhouse workshops. I know they're going to have way more to come. I can't wait to talk about them on Brown Girl Belly Dance when it happens. We are here to support you in whatever way we can, Sabia. I'm so excited about our connection and our partnership. I look forward to working with you on Zoom, in person, hopefully really
I know someday. Well, we appreciate you, and we do this every week. So for those of you who aren't aware of Asmara Belly Dance, we do have Communi-Tea Thursdays, and we just basically highlight dancers and their stories. I ask questions. I'm one of 6 people in the Asmara Bellydance Initiative. But if you want to check us out on Instagram, you can. If you've got questions, just shoot us a message and I'll get back to you. Oh, thanks for following.
So much, Sabia. So much. I appreciate you so much.
I appreciate you. I hope you and everyone else has a beautiful evening.
All right. Have a great night.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.